you guys.
All right. Good evening. I certainly hope and pray that all is well. Get started in just a second. All right, I'll go ahead and get started. I had this. I posted in my community tab. I had this apple, a locally grown apple. Like I always, you know, I always ate. Well, I always eat apples. I always have apples, right? But lately, you know, I haven't been eating them that much. Berries, I really like berries. Sometimes apples can be kind of hard on your chest or whatever. Berries though are really good. They're really antioxidant and they're filling. You know, it's amazing how something so small, you know, could be so filling and satiating, right? So I saw some locally grown apples today. I said, let me get one. That thing was so fucking delicious. I mean, I have not had an apple that damn good. Make make sure I'm still running. Oh yeah, okay. I haven't had a apple that good in so long. It was tart, yet it was kind of sweet. Mm, just good. I was like, man, this is what apples used to taste like. I was talking to my daughter about it. She was talking about all the videos she sees on TikTok about all the fake food. You know, you go to the grocery store, you look at the apples, they're all perfect and and perfectly dyed and got all the pesticides on it. Hell, are they even really, are they grown in the lab or some shit? They're hard as hell. Some of them have absolutely no flavor. Now, my favorite two kinds of apples are Gala apples and Fuji. Oh, man, I just love a Fuji apple. That shit is so fucking good. But not when it ain't good, when it's flavorless and the sweetness is gone up out of it. Or the Fuji taste is really light, but I got me some locally grown apples today. I said, shit, it's just really good. And it's going to do what an apple is made to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm playing this video right here. It's called Reiki to revoke all contracts and agreements with malicious entities. There are some really, really good meditations on YouTube, but you just can't listen to all of them. I remember a while ago when I first learned about them, lady that I used to talk to, she was telling me about this one channel where this lady had meditations, but she was putting all kind of evil shit, subliminals rather, in it, and I mean, like, that's an evil fucking entity to do that. Make subliminals that's supposed to, you label it as helping people, but really it's stuff. I think she was saying stuff in there about you want to kill yourself, or just kind of crazy shit. It's like that's weird. That's crazy. That's fucking nuts. That's fucking nuts. That right there shows you just can't trust. Well, like I said when I read the scripture that says, trust no man. Don't trust no motherfucking body. Okay? So I have to keep checking to make sure that, don't trust anyone. But there's some really, really good channels on here. So whenever I see one with a title that I feel that I like, that I think, would be helpful to me, I pray about it first. Divine on it if it's safe to listen to. I was just playing one and I was getting, not so much that it wasn't safe to listen to, but don't listen to it. Sometimes it's not a matter of it being not safe or safe, whatever. It's just a matter of, your higher self knows, okay, what you don't in your, your God self, I say that knows what you in your human limitations have not come to know. So it's best to speak to yourself, to your higher self, or you pray to God or whatever, to find out first before you just play something, and then you're sitting up there wondering why you feel crazy or you have strange thoughts and all of that type of thing. So one time I was sitting here doing a live, like, know that self, you know, um, you work with various deities or whatever, or you just, God, or what y'all like to say, the Most High, and all of that kind of thing, your ancestors, know their voice. Okay. Know thyself. So as I was sitting here, people were projecting some crazy thoughts. I laughed a couple times because it was kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, pay attention. What I don't know what they be called. What they might label them as, from the scientific point of view, they might label them as intrusive thoughts, I think. Okay, which they are, even if it's being projected to you by someone doing their black magic on you. So as I was sitting here and I was eating my apple, I smelled that witchcraft smell that BreaunaJewellBellamy was doing, probably because she was pissed about that video I just made about her in that thumbnail. Because you can smell it. There's some videos on here about the smell of witchcraft, how it smells. I haven't watched the videos, but I was like, yeah, you can smell it. I remember these church girls that I knew when I lived in Atlanta. These girls were singers. They said beautiful, beautiful, beautiful voices. Both of them. I think they were best friends. I mean, like, so angelic. And a friend of mine at that time, who was a member of the church, they were strange. Like the girl who walked around in her robe, saying I didn't pray to the same God that told her it was okay to walk around like that. And she was right. They had that kind of energy on them. I mean, I don't think you would ever find those two walking around like that. They wasn't no slobs at all. They were heavy set women, both of them. Very attractive women, and just had the voice, both of them, just like just so pure, and crisp, clean, like when they would sing. But a friend of mine at the time, who was a member there, he was a singer himself. Matter of fact, since he's graduated years ago, I don't know if he made another. I think he made a CD, or album, whatever you want to call it. I never listened to any of the songs. I didn't buy it or anything like that. But he was a singer, musician, and he would say to me, Nikki, they have like perfect pitch when they sing together. And I'm thinking, okay, well, so what's wrong with that? And, why is that negative? And he just thought it was so unusual. He just was like, listen to them. Listen to how they sound. It's just like perfect. And I was like, what is, I didn't know what he was trying to get at. I was like, they're singers, But I will tell you one thing they did have on them. They had a smell. And it wasn't like musty, or anything like that. Like they didn't bathe. Okay, I'm gonna play this again. It wasn't musty or anything like that, or like they just didn't bathe or anything like that. It was just some kind of really weird odor. And it's a smell, I haven't smelled it in years, but occasionally I would smell it, like just in various places, at the mall or the store or wherever there were people. Sometimes a person would pass and they had that smell, and it just smelled like some, I don't even have I can't even describe it, okay, I can't even describe the smell to you. Okay, but it wasn't of this time and space. You understand what I'm saying? And it just like, that's that demonic energy smell. But when this bitch does her black magic witchcraft, BreaunaJewellBellamy, it has a smell. I smell it. It's been strong sometimes not as strong. But of course, I smell it best, so there it is. I don't know if she's lighting a candle or what. I don't care what she's doing. But there it is. That's that witchcraft smell. Well, I'll put it like this. I don't want to say witchcraft. Evil workings smell. That's what that is. But I haven't smelled that particular smell like that those women had, that I would smell. This is when I lived in Atlanta, that I would smell occasionally on people. I want to watch one of those videos to see how they describe it. I've heard like sulfur. People say sulfur. It's not really the smell that I have picked up on. I'm not saying that that's not one of the smells, but that's not the smell that I picked up on. That smell that I smell like when Bree doing her evil workings on me. It's hard to describe, but it's old, and it's like, I don't mean ancient old, I mean old like stale. You know how people will have their laundry basket full of their dirty clothes, and it's in there for so fucking long. They haven't washed in so fucking long, and they take that shit out and put it on without washing it, and it's been in there for like God knows how long. It's not necessarily a musty smell, it's just an old stinky clothes smell. That's not the smell, but I'm just saying it's just that old. I'm hearing like dank. What's that mean? Disagreeably damp, musty, and typically cold. That's what that means. Like a damp cellar. I can't say that it is like a damp smell. It's just old. It's just old and like ilk. But anyway. And then, what was it? One day, after I had defended myself once again on here against someone else, it was like for the next 2 days, there was this taste in my mouth, and it put me in the mind of mold. You know, something gets really old, and it molds. Fungus. I said, look at them with their evil workings. Because they're mad because I defended myself against them and told the truth. Alright, well anyway. So we're going to do another reading on Bree. Someone is not to be trusted. I'm playing this. I saw it when I sat down. You know, stuff will come up in your algorithm. You know, sometimes, like I said, we think, okay, Big Brother and all them. Sometimes, you know, it is maybe those energies that work for us and are benevolent to us, sending you some information for you. It said, Reiki to revoke all contracts and agreements with malicious entities. This woman either is a malicious entity or she has one. Cancel. I saw another one. Cancel illegal spiritual contracts. Cancel and clear the false agreements. So I said, oh, I live with this. I didn't look for it. It was just there. And I said, okay, let me play one of these. I thought that I had made it clear, but see, you have that I don't have any contracts or anything with these people. Her, the lady who raised me, or, you know, Philippe and Jarita and all of these people who are still trying to plot and plan and scheme on me. None. Because I've come out of the false person. the person that was molded and shaped by the powers, rulers, principalities, so on and so forth. And may you do that as well. That person that you all called Nikki Kenyatta Lewis may have had that contract with you, but I don't. I still have the name, okay? I still have to operate in this system. Unless I become a monk or something like that. Which I don't really have no interest in doing that, but I could if I wanted to. But my true self, I have no contract with you. That's what I said before, any past life that woman that you all call Nikki Kenyatta Lewis may have shared with you. I'm no longer. I'm not bound by that. My true self never had a contract with anyone. The false matrix self did. Okay? I remember I was watching Bobby Hemmett one time, and he was talking about how he was, I think he was meditating. And he got to a place in his meditation where he felt like he was all alone, like there was nothing or no one there but him. And he was saying, you know, how it felt and how he got frightened, actually, of it. And that's what I say, with that truly no one else exists but you. You know how they used to say, you know, I came in this world alone and I'm going to leave it alone. You live in it alone. Because your universe and your being, you being, us being the microcosm of the macrocosm, there is nothing else but that. No one enters your field of space and becomes you. That's why that whole destiny swapping and all, these people can copy off of you and walk like you and talk like you and say the things you say, so on and so forth, but they cannot become you. It's not possible. And even with all of that, they can still only operate, even if they take on your energy and blah, 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 they can still only operate from the who that they are. That they're so busy trying to escape in error because they are highly mistaken of who they are. They don't know. As bad as, you know, a rose may want to be a tree. It's not going to be. It's going to still be a rose. It may, you know, get somebody to put some twigs on them and tree leaves on them and do whatever else, but it's still, whatever the growth process is that a rose goes through, it is still going to go through that growth process. It's not going to become a tree. It's not. Okay. So when I saw this, I said, oh, let me play this. Okay. So, you know, you speak, okay, and ye are gods, and God said, and when God spoke, there it was. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God said, let there be this, and let there be that, and let there be this, and let there be that, and there it was. Speaking, confess your faults one to another, that ye may be healed. Speaking once again. There are many, I mean, there are more elements than just that to use to manifest and make be. But I'm talking about that one right now. So just as I stated before, all my energy is mine. I call back all my energy and all my essence back to me. But the reality is, if you think about it really on the deepest of levels, you don't have to call back anything back to you because nobody has taken anything from you. They may copy the way you express yourself in whatever way. How you talk, how you walk, the clothes you wear, so on and so forth. But they have not taken your energy from you. They have not taken your essence from you. Just because you see that in the material aspect does not mean that they have taken your being from you. It cannot be taken from you. Your you cannot be taken from you. When people look for this destiny swapping thing, that's just so foreign to me. Yet continuing on, no matter what you say, yet continuing on, trying to do it, desperate to do it. What they're really looking for is they're not looking for, the truth of you. They're looking for what they think that it is that you're going to get. What do they think it is that you're going to obtain? Some kind of money, favor, relationship, status, how the world sees you, the matrix realm, the false realm, okay? So even in this false realm, they're looking for a false self. Because if they're looking to be someone else, then it is not themselves. They're looking for a false self. And most of the time, they're looking to obtain a false self, to become a false self from a false self, from someone who's living in their falseness. They're not living in their truth either. They have not come to the place, of their, let me play that again. Let me just put it on loop. Now, I don't know if one of these ones are going to have a copyright thing on it or not. Sometimes some of the meditations do, some of them don't. Okay. Right. That's what they're looking for. To leave their false self, to take on another false self. We wrestle not with flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? The powers, principalities, so on and so forth, the power of the air, these things that sit in high places. So they will go from one false self to another. But really, they're not even going to obtain that. They're just going to stay false. So like I said, nevertheless, I've called back my energy, so on and so forth. But now I guess I have to say it, any and all contracts that I've had with any of you that I talk about in these videos, BreaunaJewellBellamy, Jarita, August Heru, Miss Lavinia Lewis, so on and so forth, and alike, all of you, family, people that were family by blood, all of those, I revoke all of those contracts and break them all. Anybody even on this app, they're broken. They are no more. And you can continue to call on my name and send your shit to this way and so on and so forth. Okay. You can continue to call on that name that was given to me at birth, okay? When, the powers here took control and ownership of me. Like they took control and ownership of you when you signed in papers when you had your child, or when your mother had you, gave birth to you, and she signed in papers that they told her she had to sign to register you. Why does a child need to be registered? Okay? Because you are now owned, you're property of the state, and you're no more than a custodial parent. That's all that you are. So they have to give you a name. Not your real name. Okay? It's not who you are. But they have to file you and categorize you. Put you in a file drawer and send it to that church. And that's what they do. And so now you're property of the state. And when you don't, when you have a child, I knew a lady who had children. She didn't have them in the hospital. She didn't sign shit. But if she was ever to be found out what would happen to her, she'd be arrested. Why? They're her children. Well, because you got to register them children, just like you got to register a dog in a car, house, and everything, property. Some of you know this. You're not who you say we are according to them. You're who they say you are. And like I said, it's no one's, they don't care that you did not read, that you did not research, that you did not find out what you were signing paperwork for, and that you were signing your child over to them. They don't care. It's right here. You should have done your research. And you may say, well, if I don't do it, they can come arrest me. Damn sure can. In their system. And then you hear these people talk about they're living off the grid, you know, and people talk about that's what we need to do as though it's so super easy. I remember my sibling, he had a farm. And I went out to visit him. And he didn't have a whole lot on his farm, but he had some things. But he was telling me, you know, this shit ain't easy to do. So people, everybody, we need to grow our own food. Okay. You live off the grid. Everything you're responsible for. Everything, your garbage, your everything that they quote unquote do for you. Otherwise, you know, you can follow our rules, our regulations, and we'll take care of these things for you. You just, you know, you work, you pay your taxes, and so on and so forth. I don't know, Trump. I don't know. I have to look more into that. What he's trying to do. He said, make it great again, goddamn. Okay. So anyway, there's that. So we're going to do another reading. This woman is dangerous. She is a danger to me, BreaunaJewellBellamy. Very dangerous woman, very dangerous person. She seeks to trap and ensnare me, my soul, my being, like the rest of them. When I kept getting, what do they want? I kept asking, and I heard your soul. This is what they want. This is what they're after. I keep hearing ensnare. They want to ensnare you, entrap you, bind you. Okay, bound. Make you bound. Keep you bound. Keep you theirs. Keep you in control. Okay? They want to control you in your being. Me here. Okay, this is what this woman wants to do. So this is something I have to do to protect myself. She's a very dangerous human being, very dangerous person, okay? She hates my very existence. That's okay. You can hate whatever you want to hate. It's of no consequence to me, a person's hate. It doesn't move me, it doesn't make me, it doesn't shape me, it doesn't mold me, it doesn't do anything to me. Nevertheless, okay? I am born and bred here in this time and space, and you cannot take me nor control me, nor, you know, have any control over me. Hear the word patience. Okay, like you need some patience. You have no patience. Who? But she's longing for, oh my God, I heard patience, but I also heard bread. I don't know. Are you hungry? Do you need food? I don't know. Okay. I can understand that in the times that we're living in right now. Food is very expensive. Not only that, you know, they took people's EBT away, and God knows what else they're going to do to the rest of us who are not on EBT. Okay, what they're going to do in regards to the food. Did you all ever see that movie Soylent Green? I saw that a long time ago. When I first graduated from college, I saw that movie. Okay, I'll probably watch it again, maybe tonight. I like refreshers. They've been telling you this is what we're going to do to your motherfucking asses. Anyway, okay. So yes, I do. It's like I said, this woman, BreaunaJewellBellamy, is a very dangerous woman. Highly skilled, I'm hearing, okay? Armor, I'm hearing the words, okay? She needs armor, she needs protection. Who? BreaunaJewellBellamy needs armor, she needs protection. I don't know what that's all about. That has nothing to do with me. She's ensnared and encaptured somebody's soul or something, okay? And she wants to try to do the same to you. You will not. Forfeit, I'm hearing you have forfeited your right, okay, to touch me, honey, and to do anything to me. Okay, and you will not. You pose a danger to society, not only yourself, but to others. You are hateful and hate-filled. This is to you, BreaunaJewellBellamy. You love no one, okay? I'm hearing but yourself, but I don't even think you love yourself. You don't know what love is. You don't know what love means. You have nothing but hate in your heart. It's like I see your heart. It's not all the way black, but it's getting there. So this is for me. Protect myself here from this woman and her evil ways. Just like just a slithering snake. I see it in your belly, in your being. See those things that she was saying about me, she was talking about herself. But she was trying to put it off on me because she claimed she cleared her karmic debt. If you have cleared all of your karma, then why are you still here? For what? To cause hell for others? No, to cause hell for your own being. Okay. And I will continue on and on until I no longer need to, until the bitch has backed off and left me completely alone, which is what you need to do, bitch. I'm not asking you to do it. I'm telling you to do it. Stop talking about it. I've told you plenty of times before, but you don't. You continue on because you think you can do anything you want to anybody you want. This is fun for you. This ain't nothing but, like Zarita said, it's just social media. It don't mean nothing. You're still getting sued though, regardless. Doesn't matter. And anyone else does participate. And bothering and clowning. And Angel. These silly words that you say, you don't even know what they mean. So you wouldn't know one if it came and slapped you in your fucking face and said, I'm of the Most High. You would have no clue. You would spit on it. Because it probably come wearing, you know, bummy clothes and shit. And that don't mean Earth Angel for y'all. Earth Angel for y'all means somebody who got a whole lot of fucking worldly ass money. So you can buy a whole lot of worldly ass things. Don't get me wrong, I like things, they're pretty. But this is what you aim for. This is your goal. And I don't give a fuck what. You're not going to take anything that was given and destined for me. Not now, not ever. Oh, I got one of these subscribers, one of these what is it? Children things. Maybe it's two of them here. Yeah. This is probably something BreaunaJewellBellamy is into. Here's one of them. You can look and see right there. You know, YouTube doesn't do anything about it. YouTube may have something to do with it. They may be a part of this shit. There's one. I could be wrong. I doubt it. Yeah. October 21st, 2025. It was just made. Okay. Here, I'll show you. It says, I will kill you in your sleep. If you ask why my username is Alex, I don't even No, do not ask, or else Bonnie the bunny is going to haunt you. There's that one. Okay. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's supposed to instill fear in people or whoever this person uh, subscribes to. Here's another one. Well, this has a different date on it, but it still is nothing but children. On here, people should be concerned. But you're not concerned. You don't care. See, but a child. Now, it very, very well could be that an adult uses the channel profile, but I doubt it. Okay. You very well should be concerned, people. Okay. It says, I love to compete. Okay, that's probably her. You very well should be concerned, but I understand that in this time and space, you do not have, not many of you have concern for children. Okay. Like I did the video a few days ago about the child that was maliciously attacked here. I mean, just malicious, supposedly by other children. But as I did the reading, we saw more came out. I made that unlisted, and I kept that unlisted. There should just be like a huge, serious outcry and outpouring about that. The things that children go through, they're trafficked, abused, molested, beaten, neglected, like you do old people. I'm not saying every single person. If this does not apply to you, if you don't do that, then you cool. But these are the things that are roaming around here on this app. You know, I realized living in this time and space, you do have your beauty here. It's such a beautiful place. Nature, the things that human beings can do and build, the innovation and of the creative mind of humanity is beautiful. Even birthing a child is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to watch that child grow. You know, to go from just being a little tiny thing in your arms, you know, to watching it learn how to walk and it talk and all of those things. Watching them grow. Even as a sub, I love when I see children go from even the kindergarten to, there's one little boy I'm thinking about. I saw one of his teachers the other day. I knew him in kindergarten. He was a cause for a whole lot of concern, okay? And now he's in the second grade, and I saw a teacher. I said, how's he doing this year? And she said, he's doing wonderful. He has matured and grown so much. It's just beautiful, you know. Even when I see them go from like the 7th grade, and I see him at the store or something, I'm like, you're a senior now. I'm in the 12th grade now. You know, it's just like, wow. And to watch them become young adults and go live a life and make a life for themselves, and then they become parents themselves, you know, or whatever. They're just growing in their world, in their career, in their life. And then to see an older person. And, you know, sometimes I look at old people and I'm like, wow, this person is a whole book. You know, the whole process that a human being goes through from the fetus here all the way through to old age. You know, and it's nothing but a day-by-day process, a second-by-second process, a minute-by-minute process, a day-by-day process that adds up to years, that adds up to the life of a whole human being. It's just like, to me, that shit is some amazing shit. Even like when I drive around, you know, here, Sometimes I go through East Cleveland, for those of you who are familiar, because I used to live in East Cleveland when I was a little girl, when I was a baby, to I think about the age of 11 and a half. And then back then it was a nice area. Now it's like it's just looked like a hellhole. But there are still parts of East Cleveland that are just so beautiful, and it's still like to watch, even not just East Cleveland, but the whole city. I remember when such and such was over there. It's gone now. They put in something else. Don't you remember the plaza over there? Remember I just like all that shit. You know, the innovation, just things that human beings can just sit down and do and think, and then after they think, they speak and they create and they make. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I thoroughly, I think is beautiful. But this is a beautiful place. But just as much of a beautiful place it is just a terrible place at the same time. This is all the beautiful things that human beings can do. I'm looking at some of the art on my wall here, all the art and the music, and just all the creativity once again. And then they can do such damaging things to themselves and to the world as a whole. And then to look and see how easily the mind of a human can be taken over and ruled by an outside force, how very vulnerable human beings are, and how easily led they are to their own slaughter. And no matter what you say, no matter what I say, no matter what others have said who've come to teach and to assist and to help, it doesn't seem to matter. That's why I say the world is in a loop. People keep doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine about that today, and we were talking about, the point and the purpose of living here on Earth. What is it? Okay. Or in this time, this space, this realm, whatever you want to call it. I remember when I was young, much younger, maybe around my high school years, I used to question. I said, they say that this is Earth that we're walking on, it is a planet, but what actually is this time and space? Just because they tell us that's what it is, whoever the they is, powers, principalities, rulers that sit in high places, doesn't mean that that's exactly what it is. You ought to be concerned about children. And to, send those things to my channel as subscriptions, as though that's going to move. It does not move me, it doesn't hurt me, it doesn't put any kind of fear in me. But it speaks volumes to me about this world that we live in, who and what you are. You take advantage of them, you exploit them, you hurt them, you harm them, you don't care about them, you molest them, and you do all of these weird, evil, satanic things to them. And more than likely, you're hiding behind some falsehood about being some great spiritual person. And what did, the master say? Suffer the little children to come unto me. Unless you become like a little child, you cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. You cannot enter therein. You cannot enter therein. That's the only way out, is within. So these things, they don't bring harm to me. They bring harm to you. They don't move me. Half time I don't even look at them subscriptions, but sometimes I do. The threatening of my life does not move me. Once again, it just shows me who you are. So for others out there who may get these same kinds of weird things, like I said, I've sent them to YouTube. YouTube may very well be a part of this shit. And why do I say that? Because that's what this world is. These companies and whatnot. People are so surprised sometimes to hear that about, this company's involved in this and this CEO is involved in something sick and blah, 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 this, that, Epstein Island. Why are we surprised? These are the people that we put in top places, high places, in this earthly, in this earthly 3D realm. And even if you didn't elect from to be there, well, then you energetically did, because you on the same thing inevitably in some way, shape, or form. I'm saying every single person. It's not you, then awesome. You speak all these things, you blaspheme the Most High, you blaspheme the name of God, you blaspheme spiritual things and spirituality. You don't understand it, you don't know what you're talking about, because you're speaking totally from a worldly perspective, putting some kind of spiritual thing tagged up on it to sound a certain way. But I see that is the way of this world. Okay, like it says, in the manual, be in the world, but not of it. That's the way of this world. That's how this world is. That's the mind. Just like I read the other night about Ra. Okay. Sending out Hathor in the form of Sekhmet, his daughter. Okay. To get rid of humanity. I'll say it like that. Because of their sin against him. That's one story from the Kemetic story. Here we have another. And God saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagining of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. This is why it says to pray without ceasing. Because that's how weak the human mind and state of being can be. The phrase evil in their hearts continually is a biblical reference, most notably from Genesis 6:5, which describes humanity's deep-seated wickedness to the point that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Nothing new under the sun, as the manual told you. The phrase suggests that evil was not just in actions, but was ingrained in people's deepest intentions and motivations. It signifies a state where every thought and motivation of the heart is corrupt and wicked without exception. This description serves to explain the reasons for God's decision to destroy the earth with the flood in the biblical narrative, which this description basically explains the reasons for Ra's decision to destroy the earth through his daughter Sekhmet, the flood of blood. Other scriptures, Genesis 8:21 states, the intentions of man's heart is evil from his youth. Proverbs 6:14-19 lists specific wicked imaginations that God hates, like sowing discord. Some religious interpretations explain that the phrase indicates not a momentary evil, but an ingrained disposition of the heart that is constantly and consistently opposed to good. So doing things like that, it's from an evil heart that does not move the heart of God. I will not stop, BreaunaJewellBellamy, until you leave me alone. And stop saying my name. Stop calling me names. And stop with your wicked intent toward me because of your jealous heart. Queen of Swords, Justice, Ten of Pentacles, Two of Cups, the Empress. You're going to lie and lie and lie and lie and lie about me. Because you believe by doing that, there will be no fair justice in my life. You do not execute justice to anyone. It is not in your hands to do. None of you. The people here, nobody. So you're going to lie and keep lying and keep lying and keep lying and making up stories and tall tales, thinking that there will be no justice brought into me. Thinking that you're going to get some kind of Ten of Pentacles out of it. Again, money. That thing that rules and regulates you. Thinking that you're going to get some money out of it and you're going to celebrate and you're going to be happy and you're going to be seen as an empress. And that people are going to love you and that they're going to make you the star, the star of a show. Didn't I just say it? That someone's going to make you a star by demeaning me. It's not how that works. Three of Swords. The Tower. The Lovers. Once again, thinking it's going to make you some kind of star. Why are you also moved by that? By celebrity? And, you know, again, when I was younger, that's something I wanted to be. I wanted to be a movie star. It was pretty much kind of in my blood. My great-grandmother wanted to be, when I showed you all the other night, my big mommy, she wanted to be a movie star. My own birth mother could have been a movie star. She chose another route. You think that stardom is going to fix the ills of your heart. It's not. I don't know how many celebrities have to come out, how many stories of celebrities have to be told of their treacherous life and their depression and so on and so forth. That does not heal the ills of your broken heart. I remember they used to tell us that sometimes people want to be stars and celebrities and want to be seen because of the need for love, wanting to feel loved, where sometimes those people don't feel any love at all, while everybody's sitting up there praising and worshiping them in their fucking face. This tower here, I don't know what this is about. Maybe to escape some kind of tower that is your life here and your existence and your being by doing the dirt that you have done to me and others, and thinking that it's going to bring you the perfect relationship, the perfect love, the perfect affair, the perfect man. This shit is not realistic. And that's why you and Miss Rita and Miss Lavinia and whomever else is so dead set on me not having a man, because you all didn't have what you wanted. So goddamn it, she can't have it either. Who does she think she is? She's not going to have it. But you all are the only ones crawling around on your fucking hands and knees, licking the ground, begging for this. And I'm not. And you've tried to steal the man that you think is I'm either supposed to be with or that I was with in a relationship, thinking that it's going to hurt and destroy me and bring you, thinking that it's going to bring you up. Joy and happiness, money. I'm hearing something about redemption. These are fantasies that powers. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but powers, principalities, rulers that's of the darkness of the world. These motherfuckers that sit in high places who fed you the fantasy ever since you were a child through the Disney movies and the princesses movies and all of this kind of stuff. And they done told you on YouTube that you watch 24/7 and all of this shit. All of these people that you claim you listen to, Bobby Hemmett and what Delbert Blair and all the people that I said I listened to, that you BreaunaJewellBellamy lied and said that you listened to. They done told you all of this shit. Even the people who do it told you it's bullshit. But this is how deeply ingrained it is, and this is why they continue to win. And this is why they rule the earth, and they rule your soul, and they rule your being, and they rule your life. You are caught up in a fantasy. And even if you were able to do the things to me that you are so dead set on trying to do, still does not mean that this is what you're going to have and obtain. And even when you do, when you get that man and you see that he stinks physically, you know, sometimes men need a little help sometimes. And he can't hardly balance a checkbook. I know we don't use those no more. Just follow with me. And you damn near gotta mother him and coddle him and make him feel good and make him feel like a man and make him feel somebody. You see, the fantasy is not what you thought it was. And that he may do something and step out there and all of that kind of shit. No matter what he looks like, no matter how many muscles he has, no matter what you throw your cards down and divine on, and it says he's going to be this great king or whatever the case. The world. Princess of Wands. Six of Cups. Once again, that keeps coming up for your fucking ass. This is what you think that this man is going to do. See how this man is praising this woman? This is what you think some man is going to come into my life and do with me. He gonna praise it. That's all you think about this. A man. Because you want a man to take care of you. You want a man to make you feel as though you are worthy, as though you are somebody, because you believe this lie that the powers, the principalities, so on and so forth told you in what is now a patriarchal system that people are claiming we're moving out of and back into the matriarchal system, but we ain't there yet. And you think he's going to put you on some fucking pedestal and praise you and worship you because you think that your punani is all of that. And if I just dress up and be pretty, just a fantasy. Come out from among them. Of this world, this patriarchal world that has disempowered you. To the point that this is what you think is going to happen with this here. That you feel somebody's going to do with me. That you got to keep away from me. And here I sit, no concern whatsoever about that. But that's in your mind. Not mine. You think he's going to give you the world, forgetting that he's just a human being. Because you have watched so much damn TV and so many soap operas and so many fairy tales and so on and so forth. and your mama didn't treat you worth a goddamn, and you was determined that you was going to get up out of that space, and you wasn't going to be like her, and you wasn't going to be poor, and you wasn't going to be broke down, and so on and so forth, and some man was going to come along and love you and give you the world, not like what he did to her. 40 plus. Not saying that you can't get married at 40 plus, and not saying that you can't find a good man. That is not the point. But this is what you believe him to be. He got to be muscle bound and look like this. By the time I get done with, he gonna give me all the world. And no, he's not. He don't have the world to give you. What he will give you, it won't be enough for you. You're never satisfied. I just talked the other day about women coming to my psychic app. Here they got a man that loves her going through some things that she knows he's going through, but she don't give a damn. All she's concerned about is that he do this for her, but she can't reciprocate the shit. And you all won't be reciprocating this. Fantasy from your childhood. This is where you're at. You're living in a fantasy from your childhood where they told you this is what adult life is going to be like. Isn't it nice and frilly and great and pretty? Judgments, temperance, the moon, and all your baneful work and all your evil magic and all you talking about me so evil and nasty and all of you sending all your black magic witchcraft to me to hurt me, someone who's never done anything to you but love on you, be nice to you and be kind to you, and you have nothing but dirt and rot and nasty things to say about me any and every chance you get. Here is where you sit, and here is where you will continue to sit and continue to be in judgment. No give and take, nothing. You think you're doing something in secret, or you're trying to figure out what's my secret. Who is she? How can we get in there? How can we destroy her? How can we beat the fool? We just holding on to this idea to do this to her with your mean, hateful, bitter heart. I've done nothing to not one single one of you. I've done nothing to anyone on this app. I haven't tried to get in none of your fucking chakras. I've done nothing for you to sit up there and do some baneful work on me for a liar named BreaunaJewellBellamy, who you know it was a lie, but you chose to do it because of the evil workings in your heart continuously. Who she think I am? Me. And I'm going to be me. And I'm going to stay me. I would not stop. You keep talking about me, I'm still going to sue you. That's a given. You keep lying on me. You keep trying to pierce my heart and my soul and my being. BreaunaJewellBellamy. Keep going. So will I. You can get on here and act tough all you want. And lie about me all you want. You all have favor. Peace.